Hello again, everybody. Welcome back. Got a lot going on. I want to talk to you about another subject, and I see a lot of people, no one's struggling with this situation, but it's just a matter of you know what you want to do, and how you want to do it. And I want to talk to you about containers. In containers, I'm talking about things that you can carry, like Petzl pouches, or other things in. You know, this is my little Petzl pouch that I use, or I have used. It's leather. It's handmade. I picked it up in a market. I've done some changes to it, but I didn't pay very much for it. But it's very good quality, actually. It's a leather one, and it works very well. And it's carried on the belt. Now, for me, carrying stuff on the belt, I'm not so keen on it. I like to be able to stick it inside my rucksack, so I don't use this one as much. But it's a very good pouch, okay? And there are other ones. I mean, you don't have to go to a flea market to get something. I mean, and when it comes to leather stuff, I mean, there are lots of. I mean, you can, and that's where you can go to surplus stores. For example, here in Switzerland, there's a lot of good choices. This is an old magazine pouch right here, and a container to carry magazines, ammo in it, you know. And although the back wasn't set up for my use, what I did is I put a strapping on it right here, and actually you can sew this or whatever, and it actually holds up pretty well. You can actually stick it on the belt or attach it to the outside of a bag or something. Now this leather, it doesn't seem heavy, but it can get heavy very quickly, and when it gets wet, it can be a little bit of a pain. But what you need to do is make sure you treat it and take care of it, and it works very well. Also, I have some larger ones. These are larger pouches right here, and these right here are really nice. These are made 1967. Yeah, these are both made 1967. It's actually stamped on the back right here, you know, the year of date and who manufactured it. And it's a bit stiffer, and I think it's a cartridge pouch also, but it's quite nice. I mean, you can actually arrange your things in it really well. It has a belt slide system on it right here, and it has a small support system here for the suspension system here also. But you can easily carry that on your belt, on the back of your belt, or whatever. And yeah, you can slide your belt all the way through it, you know, and it'll work very well. This is a very nice pouch right here also, and it's actually it's highly sought after here in Switzerland. It's really funny. Another one are some more cartridge pouches for rifles right here, and this also has a belt slide system in it. It's a bit smaller. You can, you know, the pockets, it's two individual pouches, so you can spread your things out a little bit on it, and these are quite nice also. You know, a lot of people also, when they do bushcraft, do outdoor stuff, they want that more rustic look, that more rustic style, and I can understand that, myself included. I like the whole pioneer look, or the I can't remember the name, but you know, the long gun hunter look, you know. But this right here is sort of it's not as modern, but it's a bit of a modern you know, pickup on it. But I also have some smaller cartridge pouches also, and these are actually quite nice too. And they're a little bit smaller, but they buckle on the bottom, and there you go. And this also has a cotton strap in it that you can use to you know, you can pull out, you can tighten it up, and it gives a level to your stuff, although you don't really need that. But it has the belt slides on the back, and the year it was made. This was 1945. These are built made, so World War II, or end of World War II. But they're quite nice pouches, and like I said, you got to treat them. You know, you got to protect them like you did your boots, or like you do your boots, or anything else that's leather. You got to protect it. You know. So here's a Eastern European version. It's a bit of a drop down. I actually like that. I like that concept of a drop down pouch. You know, the way this is made. It's an Eastern European. Always has an Eastern European smell about them too. You know. And it's quite a good sized pouch also. I don't know which country this one is. I don't see any stamping on it anywhere, but you just gotta get out there and look. You can go online, you can find these things, you know. And yeah, there are lots of stuff like that out there. And now, outside of all those old surplus leather goods, you do have some more modern stuff, and this is a Blackhawk Industries pouch I've had for a long time. I have several of these right here. It's a Velcro BTS system or belt slide system on it. You can also use it, I think, yeah, it doesn't have the Alice clip system on, which I hate the Alice clip, but this right here actually is quite nice. This will hold a GI canteen for easily, and you can also use it to make it into a possibles pouch. It's quite good. It's got a fast text opening, and the top it has an elastic system on it, so you can get your hand in there, you know, put your stuff in there. And this is an older one when the Blackhawk was still making stuff. And I love this right here because the material is a little bit softer. I actually painted this one up, camouflaged it up for some stuff I was doing, but it still holds out very well. And I've got a couple of these. I have to find the other one, but these are really nice pouches right here if you can find them. And yeah, they are really good also to put on your belt system, whatever, you know. On top of that, I also have a Spec Ops pouch, and this fits perfectly in the BDU pocket. And inside it actually have some items inside of it, you know, for everything, you know, more of a survival. I have actually this one. I have this nylon orange panel right here for signaling, and this is my original carried in the Army for 10 years signal mirror with the pouch. I got this issued to me a long time ago. I still have it, and I have everything from signal flares in there to fishing line, that kind of stuff like that. Even this is a very nice thing to have also, and that's to make a slingshot. You can easily just get the wood together and in the field or whatever, and you have that with you, and then you can build a slingshot from it for hunting, and that's actually a good idea. Other things I use, and it's stuff that I've sort of picked up here and there. I mean, this is a Tasmanian tiger pouch. It's designed to carry snuff in it, you know, the Circle Copenhagen or whatever. But I use it actually to put in. I use it to put my headlamp inside of it, and it fits perfectly inside of it. Actually, you know, a little small pocket. You put a couple of batteries in there, and then you can attach it to the outside of your pack if you have the mile system or the Molly system on it, and or you can actually even carry it on your belt if you want to. To cut down on weight and stuff, I don't necessarily do that all the time, but sometimes, yeah, I've done it. This is a pouch that came with my Source sandals, which I love, and although I don't keep them inside the pouch, this is a great pouch right here, and you can use this kind of stuff, you know, to store stuff in. It fits perfectly on top of your rucksack. It's not a waterproof, it's nylon, but for example, you can use this right here if you're collecting fire starting material, this kind of stuff in it. It's got a zipper on it. You can actually even attach it to the outside. And this is the kind of stuff I pick up regularly, or when I buy something, if it comes in a pouch, the first thing I do is, you know, where I throw out the Camelback bladder system and keep the pack, I keep both of these right here. I use the sandals, and I keep the pouch for other uses, you know. Along that side, I have some buddies of mine in Hungary, Zoli and Adam, two very good friends of mine, that gave me a bunch of these Petzl mesh bags that all the harnesses come in, because they build these rope courses, and of course with that you have to wear they use Petzl climbing gear, harnesses and that kind of stuff, and so they get them by the thousands, and they use them there, but they don't keep them in the bags. They hang them up so they can stay dry and air, that kind of stuff. But the pouches are mesh bags, and they're great to throw anything in. For example, you got something wet you want to put in here, or like I've done previously. I have to find it. Where did I do with it? What did I do with it? I have a bag here. Oh yeah, it's somewhere around here. I have a bag here from them, and I actually kept food in it. It's like a food bag, you know, this kind of stuff. And you can also throw garbage in there. You can actually attach this to the outside of your pack, so if you have something wet, it's on the outside, it stays dry, and it stays more secure to your pack, you know. So this is a very nice piece of kit, and it comes along with the harness. And I don't keep the harness inside. But anyway, I've got a bunch of these out here, and they're very good to have. Another thing I have, and I picked these out here up at through the Swiss military, and actually this one's been through a lot. It's a heavy cotton bag, and it's got a drawstring at the top, and you can throw whatever you want to in it. You know, you can tie it up, whatever. This one happens to have flint in it, where I collected a bunch of flint, and when I was on vacation, I kept it in the bag, so I can always, I can always nap some of this flint right here and make things with it, or use it for fire starting. So it's actually a very good product to have also with you. Another thing I use, and I'll talk a little bit more about this right here. This is a small bag right here. I got this from, Tatomka, and I use it as a toiletries bag, okay? And what I do is I have all my lightweight stuff for toiletries. You can see what's in it. I mean, I have some soap in there. I have toothbrush with toothpaste. It's a small one. Here in Switzerland, you can get this. It's a kit, actually for kids usually, but I got it for myself. I have some other things in here. I mean, everything from wet wipes to these. I have some hand sanitizer, some sun cream, some things that normally you would also carry in your first aid kit, but I have it as a toiletries kit also. So, and this I do carry with me if I'm going traveling, and I want to have these. I don't want to have a big bag with me, but I want this right here. This right here is quite good, and this will work out for weeks, I would say. And I can easily, the way what I've done is, for example, I've transferred the soap, and I need to put more soap in here into one of these little bottles right here, and you just unscrew it. You pour the soap in it and screw it back, and it holds pretty good. I had one of these right here which had a sucker on the end of it, and I used it on a trip one time, and it was a public shower. I attached it to the wall and walked off without it. So, and I missed it. I still miss that thing. But anyway, yeah, these are some items I carry with me. This is that mini toothpaste kit from Elma. It has a tube of toothpaste in it, and it has a toothbrush in it with a extendable handle, and those are quite good also. But anyway, this is another container I use. Something else I use, this is a food bag. It's from a company called Integral Design. It's pretty much water resistant, waterproof, and what I keep in here is I'll keep, like when I go on a trip, I'll keep my rations, this kind of stuff inside of it, and I have several different kinds of rations I throw, and here's another container. It's your regular Ziploc bag. These right here come in handy. They're quite useful. You'd be surprised the millions of uses you can do with it. This right here, I happen to have just some hot chocolate in there. And keep it together, and it keeps my stuff. For example, if it was to get damaged on the trip, then it's contained inside that Ziploc bag, and it won't get chocolate everywhere, which that's a bit of a mess. That's a huge mess. On top of that, I have a bag here, another waterproof bag. I'm a waterproof bag freak. This right here is actually from a company called Arctis out of the UK. It's a ripstop but heavy resistant waterproof bag. And if you ever want to make sure your waterproof bags are still waterproof without putting them in water, you take them, you empty everything out of it, or you make sure there's nothing in it. And what you do is basically you go up to light, you put it like this, and you look through it, and you see if there's some holes. And this right here does have a couple of little holes in it. I can see them in it. There are a couple of abrasion spots in it. So you can actually use 100-mile tape or duct tape or Gorilla tape, and you can actually just cut some of it out, put it over it, and that'll work fine, to keep that. I also use, for example, my Swagman. It came with a bag. I don't keep the Swagman in the bag, which I probably should, though. I'm probably going to put it inside this little bag right here, back in it. And it's a good little container bag to use for different stuff. And it's pretty water resistant also, along with, and these are great little bags right here. These are like little tacos, I think. And I don't remember who I got this from, but I got several of these right here. This may be Hidden Woodsman also. I'm not sure. But these are good little pouches right here to pour documents, that kind of stuff in it, And then, of course, I've got your regular, this is my Thermarest bag, which I need to put my Thermarest back in it. I tend to just roll it up, fold it up, and stick it in my backpack, but I need to put it back in this right here. And then I've got a smaller Arctis bag right here also. And then I've got some smaller waterproof bags. There's a 2-liter right here, and this right here is a less than a 2-liter. This is a extra small. This is from Exped, which is a Swiss company. This is Sea to Summit, okay? And I swear they probably have them made in the exact same locations because they look exactly like one another. But these are really good to put, documents in if you're traveling, if you don't have something else specific for that. Now, I do have, and I keep it in my car with my passport and documents in it. I have copies of everything inside of a small waterproof bag. and that's made for documents. It's a ripstop bag. It's quite resistant, and that I do suggest you get that to put specific things in. You can even store batteries in it. It's just a good place to keep things, to keep it out of the wet, you know, out of the humidity. I don't know if you've ever been to places like Louisiana. When I was in the Army with JRTs in Louisiana, the only thing that was dry the whole time we were there was everything inside my waterproof bag. That's it. That is the only thing, because we were soaking wet for 2 weeks there, and everybody had a really bad case of the monkey butt. Anyway, and those of you who know me and know that, who went on that exercise, you remember. It's like it was worse than going to the jungle in Panama when we went to JOTC and operations down there. This little thing right here, it's called a Viper. It's I bought a tarp from them, and the tarp's pretty good. Actually, I've given it to a friend of mine because he needed a lightweight tarp, but I still have the bag. So the bag, it's a little camouflage bag, but you know what? It's a great little bag to put things in. So I never throw these things away. I always hold on to them. I always keep them, and because they're going to come in handy if I need something, you know, to put something to organize myself. Now, I've seen people go to the extreme. I've got a good friend of mine. First time we went camping, he was so organized his pack weighed twice the amount it should have weighed, because he had everything in something, a container for everything. It has its limits, you know. If my sleeping bag, now I will separate sleeping bag in one container from my clothes if I'm going on an extended trip or something like that, just so I have less things to pull out or whatever, and it keeps it a little bit organized that way. But I don't, you know, I don't organize things down to where everything has its own little container. I will mix things up a little bit, and the reason why that is to save on weight, because all these little containers, they all start weighing something in the long run, you know. Something else you can use as a container, even to store dry food in, and that is well, let me get one up here. I have one up here, a Nalgene bottle, okay? Now these are a little heavy. A lot of people complain about, especially the ultralight hikers, this kind of stuff, and the people who are all anti-BPA, this kind of stuff. And this one right here is an older one. It probably has BPA. I don't know. I've had it for a long time. As you can see, it's a bit used and abused. I've got several of these. But you can actually store things besides water in here. You know, you can actually put eggs in this thing. You can crack them and stick them in there. You can which is an old Boy Scout trick. But also you can like store rice or grains or cereals or little packets of stuff in it. I even designed a long time ago a survival kit that came in one of these, and it was all hand-picked stuff, and it wasn't for free. It's about $200, but you know what? I sold a lot of them because a lot of people saw the quality in it, you know, and you can make a good little kit out of this right here. Now you can get them for like $29. Everything's really cheapo stuff. If you use it, if you get more than one use out of it, you've already you've maxed it out. But anyway. So this is another container. It's a little bit heavier, and it's got that form, you know. But you know, this right here actually fits really well. Also, in that I've lost. Yeah, here's right here. Inside. Well, no, that's not it. Yeah, it's right here. Inside of my pouch right here. You can actually. This makes a good canteen pouch. You can stick your Nalgene bottle inside of it. If you want to carry your Nalgene bottle, which I prefer the Nalgenes over the Army GI canteens. And just for the reason that I can see what's in it, and you have a whole liter in it, where the GI canteen is 800 milliliters actually, so it's not a whole liter. So yeah, this right here is a whole liter of water in here, and so it fits all in there. Another thing, you know, I have some bigger. This is a sustainment bag from the old U.S. Army issue rucksack, the one post Alice, you know. It's just, I think they still make this kind of, but it's a sustainment pouch. Holds like three complete MREs in it, but you can also, you know, organize other stuff in it. If you have one of these, you can make a little small backpack out of it even, or you can a little shoulder strap. You know, all this is modular on the back, but you can always modify these kind of things. You know, so this stuff right here all comes in handy. And then also have like, this is a 511. I think it's a 511. It's actually a medical pouch. But you can also organize a lot of stuff in here also, you know, not, you know, survival kit or like I said, your possibles bag. You can organize your stuff inside of it. You get little mesh bags in it. You can close it up. You know, it has this MOLLE system with it, you know, which I'm not too keen on. Yeah, and this right here actually, yeah, it's a dedicated first aid pouch, you know. So anyway, so that's just some of the stuff that I want to talk to you about when it comes to containers, you know. and you can carry with you. I hope that if you have other ideas, that kind of stuff, please put it down in the comments. I love, you know, exploring other people's gear, what they carry. I watch a lot of videos about that stuff too. There's a lot of great ideas out there. My idea is not the only idea. It's just what I have and what I've been using for many, many years. I don't buy a lot of new kit. Matter of fact, I buy almost nothing new anymore. I usually just use mine until I'm forced to, you know. Yeah, anyway. And don't forget your pockets also. You can always have that first line just be in your pockets. You know, you get yourself a nice smock or something like that, or a jacket with a lot of big pockets in it. You can always just fill that thing up, and you can have it with you. And if you have to run, gun, or whatever, you can have that with you. But and you can carry a lot of stuff. And I have several smocks that were made for me from the UK. A company, SASS, doesn't even exist anymore. But it made me some really nice smocks back in the day, early 2000s, I would say. I paid almost nothing for them. I think I paid like 89 pounds for each one of them. And they were made to my size. Really nice jackets. And I can get them over other stuff. And it's made from Piltro also. Piltro is a cotton fabric that when it gets damp, it expands and it becomes completely water resistant, you know. And if you look back at what the British military were using in the Falklands, they were using Piltro smocks and that kind of stuff. So it's something very much ingrained within the British Army. Now, of course, everything's Gore-Tex and this kind of stuff now, which it's good for certain things, but the problem is that, you know, it's not. It's if you're in a humid area, it's not the best thing to have, you know. So I do have a Gore-Tex or a high vent type rain jacket myself, but I hate putting it on because if it's not cold enough, I'm sweating in it. So anyway, let's get back to the pouches. That's my small list of pouches. I know I have a lot more around here. I even have complete belt pouches, this kind of stuff, belt kits, but. Yeah, as I get myself more organized, you'll see this fill up with more and more patches because I have a lot of patches to stick on this right here. Also, these are all friends and stuff I've done and you know, different militaries. This is all Swiss military right here. This is a civil protectionist, kind of like that, you know, and then some parachute patches. Anyway, but anyway, get back to pouches. Yeah, there's more containers, more pouches that I have, and as I come across them, I'll put together more films about this and to give you some idea, you know, and how to use them, you know. And so it's good to have a couple waterproof bags, and it's good to have some pouches, some belt pouches, whatever, to store your kit in and have it on the ready. And the one I showed you yesterday was my Petzl bag made from the Hidden Woodsman, brown. I love that little pouch. It's just simple. It's a simple pouch. You know, there's no zipper on that can break. It has a fast text. There's no Velcro on it that makes a lot of noise, this kind of stuff. And it works really, really well. And that's some things you need to think about also if you're in a hunting environment, or are you just trying to, you know, be a little quieter in the woods, not make so much noise. But and also color is important. You know, I mean, I attach color, for example, to the importancy. Like if it's orange or red, then that's more first aid, emergency stuff. And then the other colors are more subdued, this kind of stuff, you know. And then at night, you know, you want to be able to find it. You know, if it drops on the ground, you can't find it. You got to wait till the next morning. So, yeah, it makes life a little bit easier. But anyway, so I want to thank you for coming to my channel, and I ask you to please subscribe and like, and please leave comments, because I love reading your comments and seeing what everybody has to say. And I want to thank everybody so far who's been supportive of my channel. And I'm just trying to do more and more content. It helps me to get things organized in my mind also. I'm not here trying to get rich or anything like that. It's just the start of something, and it's something I like doing. And I've had a lot of demand for this kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that I can fulfill that demand as much as I can as I go along. And I'll continue making more and more videos like this right here. I will make videos outdoors as I can, you know, it depends on the situation and when I can. But anyway, listen, I hope you all have a good day, and I hope to hear back from you and talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.